Okay, in this video we continue our rational expression lesson. So 12x to the 8th y, 5y to the 5th times x second, and then 3y to the second. So multiplication then can be extended into one line. Okay, addition's a different story. Okay, but multiplication you can just extend to one line. So we're going to make these right here. Now, we get an easy problem off the bat because do you see a plus or a minus within that? I don't. Bring it straight over, cross the stupid thing off. You see a plus or minus there? I don't. Bring it straight over with a times, cross it out. No plus minus there, so I'm allowed to bring it straight over. Don't have to factor it. No plus or minus there. See, we don't factor these because there's no plus or minus, so they're not polynomials. They're called monomials. Okay, now we have no parentheses to worry about. It's all outer stuff. Okay, you go right to the outer. Since there's no parentheses, you have to bring down here, well, outer. Now simplify the top and bottom before you do this. So 12 can't be multiplied by anything. That's the only coefficient we have. x8, x second, that'd be x10. And then you'd have y. 5 and 3 need to be multiplied. That would be 15. And then we have no x's, y fifth, y second, that'd be y 7. So now let's look at 12 and 15. Not the same numbers, so they can't cancel completely. We need to divide them. Okay, so 12 and 15 are in the third row. So 12 divided by 3 is 4, 15 divided by 3 is 5, okay? x10 would stay, there's no x on bottom. y1, y7, so we take out the smaller y, minus 1 from 7, it would be 6. So we'd have 4 over 5 from here, and then x10 on top, y6 on bottom, okay? Well, that wasn't so painful. Can't say the same about the next one. Okay, so you extend the line. Okay, plus and minus is there, so we need to take those and see if we can factor it, because that's a polynomial. And we start off with 3 terms. So it would be GCF. Then I would see if we can I'd break it down with the T-chart. No x, no negative, 3, 13, and 4 are only in the first row. So don't do it. You will not be putting 1 down there. That's not smart to do. Okay, 3 times negative 4, or sorry, that was positive 4. Sorry, my bad. It's positive 4. 3 times 4 is 12, okay? Positive, so the signs have to match, okay? That means you have the same thing. Now you have to add to the b, which is positive 13. So if you have to add to a positive, these probably need to be both positive. 12 divided by 1 is 12. So 1 plus 12 is 13. So we have found it. And a is 3x to the second. So you know you got plus 1, plus 12, and then we see x second. So that's xx, okay? And then we put our coefficient of 3 in front of each x, okay? 3 and 1 can't be simplified. 3x plus 1, it would stay. Okay, 3 and 12, that'd be in 3's row. So divide by 3, and that's 1x plus 4. So 3x plus 1 comes down here, and then I'd prefer you cross the 1 out that's in front of the x, okay? So this becomes this. So cross that out and replace it with your 3x plus 1 and x plus 4. Now, over here you got x plus 2. Okay, that has a plus, that is a polynomial. I know you don't think of it as a polynomial, but it's got 2 terms separated with a plus. So GCF and dots. Now this is kind of a weird one, okay? Don't have x, don't have the negative. 1 and 2 is 1, so don't do it. And it's not a dots either, that's a no, so I don't do anything. That's a prime expression is what that's called, okay? So I couldn't do anything with it. It's called prime. Okay. So then you prime, you just bring it straight over. Go back, cross it out, bring it straight over. X second minus 4. Okay. Binomial Gcf. And then dops. Okay, so I'm not seeing the x, not seeing the negative. 1 and 4 is just 1, so no go. Okay. Dops, well, you got your minus now. If the x has a 1 in front when you're doing the dops, get rid of it. Okay, if it's not a 1, you have to deal with it. Okay, x, 2, 2. Okay, again, 4 is here. These are your perfect squares down the table. Okay, so I've got, didn't do the GCF, so I've got x plus 2, x minus 2. So this becomes this. Just goes into multiple parentheses. Okay. Then 4x plus 16. That's 2 terms, so that's a binomial. So GCF, and then dops. Not seeing the x, not seeing the negative. 4 and 16, though, are in 4's row, so you need to factor out a 4. Okay, so it's going to be 1x plus 4. Okay, bring the 4 down. That doesn't just go away. You can cross it out if you bring it down. Okay, plus, that's a no. Now, before bringing this down, then, cross out the 1, and you have x plus 4. So this becomes 4 and x plus 4. Okay, 3x plus 1 cannot be crossed out. X plus 4 can. X plus 2 can. Okay, now you're left with the 3x plus the 1 and the x minus the 2. Now, outer, you don't have any outers on top. You just have an outer factor of 4 on bottom, so you just bring 4 straight down on bottom because that's where it belongs. It doesn't switch sides. Okay, next problem. You see what we have here. 4x to the second plus 20x and x to the third plus 4x to the second. And over here we have x to the second plus 6x plus 16 over 8. Okay. Well, we have a plus sign, so we need to factor that. It's got 2 terms, so that would be GCF and then dops. X on the end, yes. Negative in front, no. 4 and 20. Here's 4, here's 20, that's in 4th row. Okay. So it's going to be 1x plus 5. Okay. So bring the 4x down, cross it off, and you have a plus sign. You see a plus sign, it can't be a dops. Okay. So cross out that 1 and bring down x plus 5. Okay. So this becomes this. 4x, then x plus 5. Okay, x to the second plus 8x plus 16. It's actually going to be what's known as a perfect square trinomial. So 3 terms. Okay, no x, no negative. GCF's 1. So 1 times 16 is 16, positive. Okay, so it's a match. So we're going to go positive, or go negative, negative, but as soon as you see that you have to add to a positive, you're probably going to need to go positive, positive on that. So 16 divided by 1 is 16. Does that add to 8? No. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Does that add to 8? No, it's close. It's 10, but no. 16 divided by 3 is a decimal, so skip it. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So put 4 and 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. That's why it's called a perfect square, because it's the same two factors. Okay. Now a is 1x second. So put your plus 4s in. Okay. And then x seconds, x times x. And then you could put the 1, or you could just delete it. It doesn't matter. I'll put it, okay? But then these really cannot be simplified. 1 and 4, I mean, you can only divide that by 1, so that's already in simplest form. Same with that one there, okay? So before you bring these down, cross off the 1 that's in front of the x. X plus 4. That's why if a is a 1, you can just go x. Okay? And it will already be in simplest form. Okay, so this is replaced with this. Okay, so I cross that expression out and I put x plus 4. I put 2 of them. Okay, then x to the third power plus 4x to the second power. Obviously you have a plus, so that's why I'm taking it and see if I can rewrite it in factored form. So there's 2 terms, so it'd be GCF. Then I would see if we have a difference of perfect squares. Well, you got x second at the end, so that needs to go here. Okay, so 1 and 4 would just be 1, but it's 1x second, so you need to actually go through with this. Okay, so that's 1. That would be x, okay, plus 4, and these cancel. So you bring down your 1x second. Again, if you have a 1 in front, get rid of it, and we'll just have x second. Okay, DOPS, a plus sign, means no right away. Okay, so bring it down. Before you do that, get rid of the 1. So it's x plus 4. So this becomes this. So I cross it out. X to the second, x plus 4. Then we have 8. There's no plus or minus. You cross it out, bring it straight over. Okay, so what can we cross out? X plus 5 can't, but x plus 4, but that x plus 4 stays. So you're going to have x plus 5, x plus 4. Then outer. So outer you have 4x, and you have x squared and 8. So you put 8 in front, and then the x second. Now, we need to simplify 4 and 8, okay? Not the same numbers, so you need to do your division. So 4 and 8, they're in row 4. So you'd want to divide by 4, and that would go to 1. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I'd have a 1 and a 2. Why the space? Well, because we have x's. Okay, x and x second. That's x1 and x second. Take out the smaller, minus 1. And it'd be x first, which is the same as x, and it's on bottom, so I expect to see it on bottom. Okay, next problem. Extend the line. So plus and minus, you got them. Okay, so you take that to scratch paper. And you have a trinomial, 3 terms. GCF, followed by my t-table. X on n, no. Negative in front, no. 6, 1, and 15, okay? Those are only in the first row. A, B, C. This is going to be frustrating to some of you. 6 times negative 15, now I got negative 90, okay? So it's a negative, so a negative's not a match, it's a mismatch, so that means you put a positive and a negative. And you have to add to try to get to positive 1. Well, 90 divided by 1 is 90, that's not even close, okay? 90 divided by 2 is a decimal. Or no, it's 45, 2 and 45. That's not positive 1 though. 90 divided by 3, 3 and 30. That pairing is still way over 1. 90 divided by 4, decimal, skip it. 90 divided by 5, 5 and 18. Nope. 90 divided by 6 is 15. Nope. 90 divided by 7. Nope. 90 divided by 8. Nope. 90 divided by 9. 9 and 10. So positive 9, negative 10. 9 plus negative 10. Now, stop dividing because you have the right number. You just need to make it into a negative 1 by simply changing the signs to the opposite. Okay? So if you add and it's the right number but the wrong sign, you just make them opposite. Now the a is 6x to the second. So I put in my minus 9 and my plus 10. And then x second, that goes into x times x. Then I apply my 6 coefficient in front, and those are not in simplest form. So 6 and 9, there's 6, 9, they're in 3's row. That's 2x minus 3, so that'll come down. 6 and 10, okay? Those are in the second row, so please divide by 2. That's 3x plus 5. That was a fun one. And we didn't do the GCF, so this becomes this. Okay. So cross this out, and that would be 2x minus 3 and 3x plus 5. Okay, now the 1 can just come over. Okay. Really, the 1, if it's just a 1, it doesn't even have to be brought over, but. Okay, no plus minus there. Cross it out, bring it over. That one has plus, so parenthesize it and bring it, see if you can factor it. So binomial GCF and dots. So x on the end, you bet. Negative in front, no. 3 and 5 is in 1, okay? So I divide by 1x. So that's 3x plus 5, okay? Now, bring down your 1. Actually get rid of the 1 off the front of the x, okay? So x, cross it out, and there's a plus, so it can't be a dot. So then you bring down 3x plus 5. So this is replaced with this. Okay, what parentheses can I get rid of? How about these? The 2x minus 3 would stay. Now the outer, you have 1 on top. You can put 1 if you want. And then you have 4x second and x. So you know you got 4. Then x second and x first are combined to make x third. But you really, 1 and 4 you could divide, but it'd just be by 1, which is senseless because it doesn't change it. So I'll still have my 1 and my 4, and the x third would just stay down there. Okay. Okay, next problem. So multiplication can go into 1, remember that. Okay. So obviously pluses and minuses there, so we take it to scratch paper. So x second plus x minus 2. So that's 3 terms. GCF and the old T chart. No x, no negative, and it'd just be 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So when I get a negative, that's a mismatch of the signs. So put 1 of each. You divide. And it's got to add to positive 1. 2 divided by 1 is 2. Okay, if I add a 1 to a negative 2, that's negative 1. I can easily make it positive 1 if I just make the signs opposite. Okay. Now the a is 1x to the second. So minus 1 plus 2. So x second would be x, okay? Can apply the 1 in front, but it really can't be simplified, either of them. Please take the 1's off. It's just x minus 1, x plus 2. Okay, so this turns into this. Okay, 2x second plus 2x. There's a plus sign. We need to put that into factored form. Okay. Okay, there's two terms, so it's a binomial, so it'd be GCF. And then the dots. So x on the end, yep. Negative in front, nope. 2 and 2 is 2. If it's the same number, 2 is what you go with, not 1. Okay, if it's the same number. So this is 1, x second, x is x. Now I know I've told you in the past this cancels, but when we're doing this part right here, 2 divided by 2 is 1. You really need to put that. The x's can cancel, but you need to write 1. Okay, so bring your 2x down, cross it out. Pluses cannot be put into dots, okay? Get that ridiculous. You have to keep the 2 in front of that x, but the 1 in front of that one you can discard. So this becomes this. So 2x, and then x plus 1. Don't forget your GCF. Okay, x to the second plus 2x, definitely a plus. So that's two terms, so that would be GCF and dots. X on the end, yep. Negative in front, nope. 1 and 2 is 1, okay? Alright, 1x though, need to do it. So it's 1x plus 2 cancels. Okay, bring your 1x, actually cross out the 1 before you bring it down, just put x. Cross it out, and get rid of the 1 there, okay? Now, actually keep the 1 here a second, keep the 1 just for a second. Plus is no. Once you know it's no, then get rid of the 1. And then x plus 2. So this is rewritten as x plus 2. Then we have 5x to the second minus 15x plus 10. Okay. Okay, this is trinomial, so GCF and the table. X on the end, no. Negative in front, no. 5, 15, and 10, though, are all in the fifth row, so you will need to factor out a 5. So that is 1x to the second plus 3x plus 2. Now, just like on a DOPS, on the T-chart, you bring your 5 down here, just bring it down here, cross it off, and the ABC is going to take place from here. So 1 times 2 is 2, positive, so that's a match. Put 2 signs that match. But since you have to add 2, positive 3, okay, you're going to want them to match as positives. Now 2 divided by 1 is 2, and that makes 3, okay? Now the A is 1x to the second. X seconds multiplied by 1. So plus 1 plus 2 XX and then 1, 1. Now you really can't simplify those, okay? Because it's cross out the 1's though, and it's x plus 1, x plus 2. Okay, so this becomes this. 5 parentheses x plus 1 parentheses x plus 2. So x minus 1, you don't have that. X plus 2 you do have. X plus 1 you have. The x minus 1 and the x plus 2 stay. Remember, the other x plus 2 can't be canceled. Okay, now outer. Well, you got 2x. Then I see an x and a 5, so that would be 5x. Now, 2 and 5, they're only in the first row, so dividing by 1 doesn't do me much good. That would remain 2/5. Okay. Then x, they're both 1, so we get rid of those, and that's your answer. Okay, next problem. Okay, there's no plus or minus, okay? You don't put it in parentheses, you just bring it straight over. This one definitely has pluses and minuses, okay? So that's a trinomial, so it'd be GCF table. There's no x on the end, there's no negative in the front. 420 and 144. So if I look in the 4s row, who knows, I run out of room. So I'm going to take these numbers and see if they divide by 4. I know 4 divides by 4. 20 divided by 4 works. Punch in 144, divide it by 4. So I got all whole numbers. So 4 is going to work. Just 4 though. So it's 1x to the second minus 5x minus 36. Okay, so you pull down your GCF 4, and the ABC comes from here. I will want that 1 so I know what my A is, okay? Like with the dots, I get rid of the 1, okay? But with the T-chart, I'm going to want the 1 there so I know what I'm doing. 1 times negative 36 is negative 36, so that's a mismatch, okay? Positive, negative. So we are adding to negative 5. So 1 and 36, no. Then I divide 36 by 2, 2 and 18, no. 36 divided by 3, 12. That's negative 9, doesn't work. 36 divided by 4 is 9, and that's it, okay? Got the right sign and everything. Now my A is 1x to the second plus 4 minus 9, then x second, x. You could apply the 1s in front, but they're not going to be, you won't be able to simplify that or that, so I end up just taking the 1s back off. So this becomes 4, x plus 4, x minus 9, okay? So times 4 so you know what the operation is. Okay, this one, 2x to the third minus 17x second minus 9x. So there's 3 terms, GCF and the table. You got x at the end. You don't have the negative in front. 2, 17, and 9 would just be up in the first row. But it's 1x, so let's go through with it. So that's 2. X third divided by x will x to the second, okay? Minus 17. X second divided by x is x. And then negative 9. Those cancel, okay? So you're going to bring that 1 at, get rid of the 1 before you do it. X, cross it off. Now ABC here, 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. So that's a mismatch. Positive, negative, okay? You are adding to try to get to negative 17. Okay, that's it right there. That's negative 17. Now, A, the x second coefficient, is 2. Okay. So plus 1 minus 18. Then x, it's x second, and then we apply the 2 in the front. And one of these can be simplified. 2 and 1 can, but 2 and 18 can both be divided by 2. That's 1x minus 9. So the 2x plus 1 comes down, get the 1 off the front of the x, x minus 9. So this becomes x, then 2x plus 1, x minus 9. Then you cross it out, and the 20 doesn't have a plus minus, you just cross it out, bring it over. What can I cross out? X plus 4? No. X minus 9? Yes. So these two remain. And then outer. Okay, so you have 5x and 4. Well, that needs to be multiplied. That'd be 20x. Down here you got x and 20. That would also be 20x. They're the same number. It's 1. 20 divided by 20 is 1. But then I don't need to put that. And then the x's cancel. Okay. So then you don't have any outer factors you need to put. Okay, next problem. 3x to the second power minus 12. Okay. That need to extend the line. You have to factor that. Okay. That has two terms, so that would be GCF and DOPS. Okay, I do not have the x, I don't have the negative, but 3 and 12 are both in the third row. Okay, so it's going to be 1x to the second, and then negative 4. So bring down your 3. Now you have your minus, get the 1. When you're doing a DOPS, don't worry about it. If it's a 1, don't worry about it. X second is x times x, and 4 is 2 times 2. So instead of bringing that down, this goes into x plus 2, x minus 2. So this becomes this. Okay. So cross it out. And we move along. Okay, next, pluses and minuses there. So we have 2x to the second minus 1x minus 6. So that's 3 terms. So GCF and the table. Don't have x, don't have a negative, it's just 1. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. Okay, so that's a mismatch. It'd be a positive times a negative, and we're trying to add to the b, negative 1. Okay, 12 divided by 1 is 12, doesn't add to negative 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6, that's negative 4. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Okay, that's it right there. A is 2x to the second. So plus 3 minus 4. And then 2 and 2. 2 and 3 can't be simplified. That will remain 2x plus 3. 2 and 4 can, though. Okay? By 2. You need to simplify them if you can. 1x minus 2. So the 2x plus 3. Get that 1 off, and it's x minus 2. Okay. So this becomes this. 2x plus 3. X minus 2. Okay, x minus 2. Okay, see if it can be factored. It's 2 terms, so it'd be GCF DOPS if it even can be factored. Some of you are saying right now it can't be, you can't do anything with it. It's in prime form already. And you would be right because there's no x, there's no negative. 1 and 2 is 1, which means we never have done that. Okay. You do have a minus. You can take the 1 off the front of the x when checking for a DOPS if it's a 1. X isn't to the second power though, so no. So I didn't do either one of these, so that means this just springs straight over. Okay, then 2x to the second power plus 7x plus 6. So you have 3 terms. So it would be GCF table. No x, no negative. 2, 7, and 6 is 1. Okay. Okay, 2 times 6 is 12. It's positive. Okay. So the signs match. So negative, negative, and you're adding to positive 7. 12 divided by 1 is 12. No. But they'd be positive, positive, because you're adding to a positive. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. That's 8. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And right there, there's your positive 7. Okay. A is 2x to the second. Okay. And x second, x, and then 2. 2x plus 3 can't be simplified, so you can just bring that down. 2x plus 4 sure can. Okay, that's both in 2's row. So it would give you 1x plus 2. Please take the 1 off the front of the x, and it's x plus 2. So we rewrite that as 2x plus 3 and x plus 2. Okay, I got a lot of parentheses here, so x plus 2, x plus 2. Cancel those, 2x plus 3, so I'm left with the x minus 2 on top. Now, outer, you don't have much for outers other than this 3. You don't have any on the bottom, so really you can't simplify it. It's 3, it goes on top. I just have nothing on bottom. You can have an empty bottom. If you end up with an empty top, you put a 1 in front. Now, finally, we don't have to use a stupid scratch paper, okay? Because that's not a plus, cross it off, bring it straight over. That's not a plus, no plus or minus in there, cross it off, bring it straight over. Same thing here. You got to bring it straight over if it doesn't have a plus. Times 3. So you don't have any parentheses down here to worry about. It's all outer stuff. Please simplify though. 5 times 4 is 20. X to the 5th. 8 and 3, you can times those. It's 24. X to the 6th. 20 and 24, we divide by their GCF, which is 4. So we would divide by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Cancel the smaller one, minus it, and it's 1. So you got 5 over 6. Then the x to the 1 is x, and it's on bottom, so it needs to be placed on bottom.